Episode 95, and we are heading down to southern Africa and discussing the meerkat. Native to the dry savannas and scrublands of Angola, Namibia, Botswana, and South Africa, the meerkat is a small species of mongoose, if you didn't know, and they are also known as suricata, coming from the Sanskrit word for monkey. Apparently, the Dutch explorers that first came across the animal mistook them for a monkey species, and now their scientific name is suricata suricata. Makes no sense all to me, but as for its common name, it most likely also comes from Dutch, these being the words meer, meaning ant, and cat, meaning, you guessed it, monkey. Nah, just kidding, it means cat. And this comes from the fact that insects make up a large part of their diet, and we're most likely seen eating a decent amount of ants. While I would make fun of someone thinking that those things look like cats, it's a lot more believable than confusing it for a fucking monkey. As for its evolutionary history, we're finally in luck! God, we've had a hell of a dry streak, but now, despite being in a dry land, we actually have some water. As the mongoose family evolved roughly 21.8 million years ago in Africa, before making their way throughout the old world, of course. Some species would stay in the grasslands of the provincial homeland and start becoming specialized for it. While we don't have a ton of information about extinct ancestors of the meerkat, we do know of at least one. That being Suricata major, a slightly larger species of meerkat that was most likely the transitional species from the rest of the family to the animal we now know as the meerkat. And they were around roughly 2.6 million years ago, and as for the not monkey we know today, they most likely came around roughly 1.8 million years ago. So, a relatively old animal, and a very old lineage, all things considered. Now, to survive in harsh environments of the Kalahari and the dry surroundings, they have evolved to use the power of teamwork. Note how I did not say friendship, because there are no friendships in meerkat life. For you see, while the mobs of meerkats can reach up to 30 individuals, mob is a very, very accurate term for their way of life, as they are one of the only two eusocial mammals, the other being the naked mole rat. This means the meerkats have one brood queen that runs the whole show. While we do know that there is an alpha male, all males take a backseat to the females, and there isn't just one breeding male like a lot of other groups may do. When I say eusocial, mind you, think of it like how there's a queen bee or a queen ant. It literally works the same way. And of course, unlike ants and bees, meerkats have mammalian intelligence, which means violence isn't just a last resort, it is the law of the land. Meerkats are one of the most violent animals on Earth and the most homicidal. While the average person may think that humanity is the most homicidal animal on Earth, by percentage, not even close, actually. We're actually fairly low on that statistic. For instance, while certain wars may fluctuate the numbers, on average, roughly 0.7% of all human deaths happen by another person. On the other hand, meerkats cause 19% of all meerkat deaths. To give you an idea of how many that is, if we boosted meerkat numbers to reflect human populations, that means in the year 2025, 1,567,500,000 people would have been murdered. This doesn't include self-deletion, this doesn't include warfare, literally just, I don't like that guy, and you kill him. That is literally nearly the population of China. It is insane how violent these animals are, and their aggression also spreads to their prey, as they are well renowned for being resistant to scorpion venom. And this is something they know very well by pretty much targeting the stinger first, getting rid of that piece of crap, and then just eating the scorpion alive. Now, despite the hyper-aggressive nature that the ant-cat can have between one another, the cohesion of the group is actually very important. There are many different roles, again, eusocial, which means that individual meerkats have their own society. These consist of the queen, which is the only female allowed to mate, and I lied a little bit because cohesion only works if people enforce it, and if another female tries to get freaky, the female will banish her, and if that female manages to be allowed back into the fold, she literally has to feed the babies of the brood, literally having to breastfeed her younger siblings. But we won't get too far into the daily lives of the house meerkat. There's also the scouts who do the hunting and are usually the ones to do the murder. They're led by the alpha male to find food, and if they come across another group of meerkats, well, violence isn't the answer, it's the question. And the answer is yes. Sentinels, who keep an eye out for threats, and will actually have different calls depending on the type of threat they see. Something in the air, something on the ground, they have a different call for that. And of course the caretakers who make sure the babies don't get ate. As for culture, the meerkat have been used in all sorts of shows and movies. The most famous would probably be Timon from The Lion King. The second most famous show is probably Meerkat Manor, a 2005 documentary that shares the average life of a meerkat mob. But other than pop culture, there is an interesting cultural influence the meerkat has in reality. While having a meerkat as a pet is a bad idea, as they are obviously territorial, messy, and smell awful. If you've ever owned a ferret, from what I'm aware, it's kind of like that. And with all that said and done though, many communities in South Africa tend to use mobs of meerkats to help deal with pests for extermination. These would be eating insects to take care of crops, eating smaller mammals to stay out of homes, by mammals I mean mice, and getting rid of scorpions, because let's be real, nobody fucking likes scorpions. And with all that said and done, that's all I've got for you. I know it's a short one today. The exhibit took a lot faster than I expected it to, and I still think it came out pretty well. Maybe I'm getting better at this. Maybe meerkats were just an easy one, just a good layup for me. But either way, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, share, and subscribe. If there's anything you would like to share, feel free to say it in the comments. I love to learn more, and to be fair, I only have a limited amount of time to actually look up these animals. So there may be things I don't know and things I should have added. So feel free to correct me, or yell at me. If you think this is crap, yell at me too. Go ahead. Fill my comments section. Anyway, until next time. Go outside, touch grass, hug your loved ones,